The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth nations will be in dismay, perplexed by the roaring of the sea and the waves. People will die of fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken, and then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. But when these signs begin to happen, stand erect, raise your heads, and your redemption is at hand. Beware that your hearts do not become drowsy from carousing and drunkenness and the anxieties of daily life, and that day that catch you by surprise like a trap. For that day will assault everyone who lives on the face of the earth. Be vigilant at all times, and pray that you have the strength to escape the tribulations that are imminent and to stand before the Son of Man." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
One of my favorite non-church Christmas songs is a little ditty entitled "Pretty Paper," written by Willie Nelson, made popular by Roy Orbison. Willie Nelson said he was inspired to write the song by a double amputee who would sit outside an upscale department store selling colored pencils and wrapping paper. The lyrics, "There he sits, all alone on the sidewalk, hoping that you won't pass him by. Should you stop? Better not, much too busy. You're in a hurry. My, how time flies." No, it's not exactly holly jolly Christmas. Then again, neither is Advent. Officially, the church teaches that this time of Advent is one of joyful expectation. But let's face it, for most of us, Advent is not a season of expectation. By the time this Sunday rolled around, our culture had long ago beaten the church to the punch. We've long known that Christmas is imminent. In fact, our consumer culture has been selling us Christmas since July, and the decorations come out right after Labor Day. To paraphrase Jesus, learn a lesson from the fir tree. As soon as it sprouts lights and ornaments, you know Christmas is near. The signs are everywhere. And perhaps if you're like me, it kind of warms your heart as we picture idyllic landscapes, family gatherings, beautifully decked halls. I get all of that. Because you see, I'm one of those people that Ebenezer Scrooge would accurately label a Christmas lunatic. I am. So what of Advent? What of Advent? When it comes to looking forward to Christmas, our culture needs no help from the liturgical year, except that Advent directs our attention to different signs. Signs with which our culture does not like to concern itself because, well, they're just uncomfortable to consider. Culture loves the sentimentality of Christmas. Advent would take our very culture and turn it upside down and flip it and take and throw it and just completely remodel it. Culture buys and sells. Advent is attentive to those folks who are robbing Peter to pay Paul just to have a few gifts under their tree. Culture is all about Christmas and family. Advent takes seriously the pain and dysfunction of fractured families. Culture is all about smiles and good times, while Advent takes to heart those who are grieving a loved one who once made this time of year special for them. Culture is content with the most shallow displays of goodwill as we debate the pressing issue of is it Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas. Advent envisions accepting all people, not merely in our speech, but in our hearts and in our homes and, yes, in our churches. Culture hopes for an economic boost to keep itself afloat. Advent longs for an economic system that is truly just. Advent stands at odds with the pristine beauty that culture works so diligently to display in storefront windows as it selects just the right color, just the right smell, just the right fragrance to comfort us. A comfort that Advent seeks to pull us right away from and to challenge us in areas that we simply are too complacent, such as the proliferation of gun violence, income disparity, and the fact that the phrase working poor even makes sense to us. Advent reminds us that yes, we do anticipate, but we look forward in anticipation not for ourselves, but we do so for our poor and our marginalized. While none of us can stop or prevent ignorance and suffering, we can respond to it in ways that even a kindergartner could understand. Welcome the stranger. Care for others. Share what you have. Help those impacted when disaster strikes. And yes, do give someone the time of day, even if you really are in a hurry, because in doing so, we reveal that God is in our midst, and we ourselves become the advent, the coming of Christ to others.